Good day, Pot TV. Welcome to From Under the Seed Desk. I'm Marijuana Man, and it must be a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Wednesday, what, December the 2nd?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
June
the 5th.
Oh, well, I got the wrong show.
Let me check. I could be wrong. Hang on.
Yeah, well, I got close to something in December. Well, we'll figure out the date here in a minute.
Yeah.
If anybody out there in the chat knows the date, doubt it. Let us know.
Sorry, it's June 10th.
June 10th show.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, well, a couple of things aren't going to make sense then.
They might. They might.
Some things that will happen in the...
Because we are that innovative.
Some things that will happen in the future will come up on today's show. Because we're that good.
It's actually the June 10th show of 2016.
No, I'm not all that good by myself. I'm only that good with Al, the Alchemist.
Where?
Right here.
I heard about that guy.
He's here today live, so get ready for that. We rarely have him here live.
And you never know what he's going to say.
Something we don't have here live is Kush Queen. In between, she was slated to be here.
No Kush Queen. She's in a photo shoot right now.
She was out doing the Santa Claus parade in her kingdom this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything went pretty well. A couple of the big balloon floats got away from them, but those things are lovely to have floating around. Kush Queen's balloon things.
Those balloon floats that
Yes.
she has
She
often
has
has here on the show.
Yes. Well, I can't even go there. And we got Jeremiah here hitting buttons and keeping. Well, if we don't see Kush Queen soon, you can rent her mic.
What's going on? It's giving me fuzz.
Fuzz?
My camera's giving me fuzz.
Huh?
That's because they're scared I'm going to talk about things.
True vision.
Well,
Not working anymore. Well, who knows? There's a bud cam though.
Is this thing on?
Bud Cam.
It's pointing at an owl cam right now.
Yes. So, well, you guys can see us pretty much. They can see us as well as we can see them today. So, welcome to a fuzzy show. Yeah, here, what, a week or so ahead of Christmas?
It's known as the flannel show.
Yes.
Oh.
The flannel years. None of us are wearing flannel.
I am.
Outwardly.
Flannel's cozy. You know? Just
So,
saying.
yeah, things are going along here. Welcome in the chat, all the people who are joining us today. Merry Christmas, Phil Bowles says. Nice. Greetings to everybody. Yeah, better roll up and get smoking with us. So, yeah, you can join us here every week live here on Pot TV or tune in any day of the week in the archives. We'll be there.
Thank you, sir.
And
I got one of those, just not on me.
Yeah. So we're thrilled to be here from Under the Seed Desk. Don't forget to visit us at vancouverseedbank.ca for all your growing of seed needs. And
From Under the Seed Desk?
yes.
I'm on the wrong show. I seriously thought this was From Under the Flute.
Oh yeah, this show was canceled in June.
There was only a few episodes. It wasn't very popular.
Well,
Yeah.
Looks like it's from under the sea desk right now, though. It's got a Citizen Kane angle going on.
I told Fabian the flautist that his show wasn't going to fly. I said, Fabian, you flautist, your show will never fly. Stop flaunting your flautism.
Microphone.
Hey, you
Hi,
got a
Pod TV.
mic. Jared's got a mic.
There's got a mic.
A mic, but no
All right.
cam, but that's okay.
Let's
You got
turn-
fuzz. Here's me on fuzz.
Let's turn that off.
There we go.
So yeah,
Switch
things
that
are carrying along as they do in marijuana world. Canada is all whipped up about whether or not the liquor control boards across the land should be well suited. Now here's a goofy thing that Kathleen Wynne said. She's the Ontario Premier, and
Oh, Kathleen.
yeah, here's what
Winning.
she said though. She said, it makes sense to me that the liquor distribution mechanism that we have in place is very well suited to putting in place the social responsibility aspects that would need to be in place.
You know,
A lot of place there.
And then she ended her statement with, I think that makes a lot of sense.
if you look up
Mechanism look like?
if you
What
look
kind of
up
mechanism is
Kathleen in the Urban Dictionary, it's a mix of cake and codeine syrup made into a smoothie. It's known as a Kathleen.
It's known as a
Kind of
blend.
like the Cipline with the Sprite and the codeine, the cherry codeine cough syrup. Same
Yeah.
thing, but with cake.
Some places it's called
I'm in.
the place.
It's known as a Kathleen.
She
There
just
we go.
she just talked around in circles, like
She's good at that.
like a drunk.
Well,
said
when you're
nothing.
high on lean, that shit will happen, you know.
Yeah, she says it makes sense, and then at the end she says, "I think that makes a lot of sense." Okay? And then she said, "They need the mechanism that we have in place, because it's very well suited to putting in place which would need to be in place." That's what she said.
And then
Look at her.
she was later quoted as saying, "I think some sense was made."
Yeah. So yesterday morning I saw her. She was the first person to buy beer at a grocery store in Ontario.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but in the mornings, Greg's got a private plane. So he jumps on his private jet and he goes to this supermarket in Ontario where he gets bacon. And it's his favorite bacon. You could only get it at this supermarket. And lo and behold, Kathleen, drunk out of her, for lack of a better word, tits.
Yes. I think she was hanging with Ralph. Her and Ralph Klein were together for some reason.
So there was some people. There was Ralphing going on. We know that.
Ralphing. They were yelling at homeless people
Hi,
and stopped into the liquor store there.
Throwing bananas at buses, I heard.
Oh yeah, it was
Out of fucking control.
It was a
That's
shit
actually a lot of
fest.
fun.
No, she was the very first person
Unless
to
you're
buy
the bus
beer.
driver.
Elbowed her way through the crowd too. Couldn't wait to get her fucking beer. And
She was
Like,
snarling
"Don't fuck
like
with me,
that.
I know hockey.
her little red nose and shit.
She totally knows
Just in
hockey.
time for Christmas.
Oh yeah, she knows
Totally
hockey,
knows
like,
how. Don't fuck with that lady.
She's all about the booze.
She's got a black belt in hockey.
So she's just rambling along like a drunk there with the LCBO should look after it. Well, here's what the LCBO, or at least the union of the employees, keeps saying is that, we're so responsible. We're already responsible, right? And you go, well, you're not really much more responsible than a corner store that sells smokes. Like, you're supposed to ask for ID. There's anybody standing there to see if you did, right? Plus, we know for sure in the parking lot of the liquor store, there's like 20 kids waiting to get their booze for the night.
This is true.
Stats Canada includes 15-year-olds in their statistics about how much we drink in Canada. They include 15-year-olds. So
They
they
like their booze,
they
too?
obviously address the idea that younger than the legal age is drinking here, because there is enough of them to be included in the numbers, for fuck's sakes, with no explanation about that. When I was 17, it was a very good year.
It was.
Well, when I was 17, the drinking age was 21. I've told this story before, but the government addressed that there was too many people drinking underage. So they lowered the drinking age to 18, from 21 to 18.
That's pretty
And-
smart.
Yeah, it was. It brought you within the realm of them, and their statistic numbers changed.
They're going to get it
overnight.
anyways.
But, right, prohibition against booze, there is none. It's just wide open fucking bucket fest going on out there. As much booze as you can swill in every direction.
Every place carries booze. Every coffee shop now. Even Bean Around the World serves beer now.
Yeah. Our local coffee shop.
Really?
Yeah, every store. I'm telling you, all the coffee shops, including Starbucks, is soon going to have beer too. Yeah,
What
the
about
coffee
liqueurs?
shops. I didn't see any
It
liqueurs.
would make perfect sense to have
Pretty
liqueurs.
soon, that's the move they're making because coffee and liqueur go hand in hand. So how are they going to be able to serve Baileys if they didn't break ground with beer?
I agree with you.
So then
They
pretty
should be
soon
allowed. Why
they're
not?
going to be able to let you walk out of Starbucks with your Baileys in your coffee and drink it anywhere you want.
I bet a lot of drunk driving will increase the drive-through
So-
Starbucks every morning.
Well, I don't know. Everybody out there is talking about it, how it should be legalized in Canada. If you want to treat it like alcohol, then that's okay with me, because alcohol, you can get it anywhere. You can advertise it. You can give it to friends. You can get a little license to sell it at the farmer's market.
Yep.
You can fucking make it yourself. You can.
I really don't think it's such a bad model. Like, I've got mixed emotions about letting, like I'm letting anybody, about having the liquor industry being involved in cannabis. But
No, I don't like the pairing at all.
no, I don't like the pairing at all. But from a realistic point of view, it's the best possible outcome for us as cannabis users, cannabis growers, all of that. It's the best possible outcome because it will allow people the right for mom and pop operations, microbrewing and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and they
That's
even actually in the
fairly
BC
important.
one, I interviewed Damien Kettlewell from the BC Liquor Store Association, the private liquor stores, and they are calling for home growing to be allowed, and they said they're also calling for everybody to be able to take part in the production of it. So they said they should be able to take it from home grows, they should be able to take it from
true.
everybody in between, the LPs and everybody in between. So, and he seemed to really be focusing on the people who were going after the dispensaries and stuff. They want to be able to approach these guys because these are the experts. So, yeah, the problem that I have is if, like in BC, there's a moratorium on making new stores until 2020. So that wouldn't allow for any new people to take part in what's going on.
And
that
they-
seems wrong to me.
What?
And they just announced
Who
the,
announced that?
It's been like that for a while on liquor stores.
Oh, liquor.
There's a moratorium on liquor stores.
They just announced the dispensaries too yesterday.
What's that?
They just announced the dispensaries that passed.
That's right. There's
Yeah,
7 or 8 of them.
8. There's
Yeah.
only 8 that have passed out of 170 something applications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Out of
listed them too. I'm going to post
out
that
of
later
the
today.
90 something that were promised, downsized to 11 that were promised. Only 8 of them were granted.
Yeah.
Well, and remember though, that's before they've given everybody now notices that they have 6 months to find new locations. But how are 120 plus dispensaries going to find any new locations?
Yeah, they're fucked. This
Yeah.
will all blow over, I think, and it's
Everybody
all
should
gonna
just stand up and continue
smoke
to
will clear.
stay
Everybody
open.
should be able to stay exactly where you are.
Yeah, I think everybody should
open
just
as many
continue to
new
sell
ones
weed.
as you can find. Get as many dispensaries out there as fucking possible.
And also remember, the argument is for medical distribution of cannabis. So if you fall under recreational, then what are they going to do? They got to come up with a whole new approach to attack you.
No, you know what's funny is they didn't include any language that says medical in the bill at all.
Oh, no?
No, it says marijuana related. There's no, where medical's not even in it.
Interesting.
They were smart
All
about
right,
that.
well, there
They
goes
saw it
that.
coming. They were sneaky.
yeah,
Very
so
sneaky.
those 8 dispensaries were taken over by the Hells Angels this morning. So that before
just
breakfast. They went and had a muffin first, and then they took them over, and then they had real breakfast after that. But that's exactly what will happen in that restrictive of a market, so that'll fail completely. And what the fuck? There's still people sitting in jail. Still people sitting in jail for selling marijuana. Gregor, what are you doing? Haven't I heard you peep about getting them out? Say, hey, if I'm going to legalize marijuana here in my city and regulate it, shouldn't we do that? Shouldn't you get rid of my record?
Yes.
Should be the first step.
right? It should not. One dime should change. hands.
Opening and regulating shops should be the last fucking step. And in the whole process, the cops should be instructed to stand
We're
down.
in no rush. We got plenty of weed.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no problem here. Take your time, you guys. Do this right. Don't let the media trick you into thinking that it's a big race.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what the media's doing. That's the fucking media. Hey, what are you going to do? What are the answers? We want answers. We want all the details right now, right now, right now. Fuck off. Shut up. You don't give me the real details of actually what's happening in the world.
Yeah, how could people still be in jail for pot? Like, it doesn't make sense. Right now, there should be
a...
The day one, Trudeau should have said, moratorium on arrests for weed. Everybody that's arrested for pot is out of jail.
Yeah, he's already said, I'm going to legalize marijuana. He said that now as a Commons, for fuck's sakes. But you're not a peep yet about releasing the poor souls that are going, really? I'm sitting here?
And they're not answering letters about it either, because I've sent several now and called. So they're not saying a word.
No, I don't know. I don't like it. They're all still trying to figure out how to have legalization and prohibition. The cops are in there up to
they're
their
still
fucking
figuring
ears.
out how they can finish the monopoly that they put into motion. Because right now there's still competition, right? So Tweeds is going, or not Tweeds, but Canopy, which is now what Tweeds is called now.
Right.
Tweeds isn't Tweeds
It's the
anymore.
umbrella.
Yeah, so
corporation.
Canopy is
Canopy
now
Corporation.
going after Peace Naturals. They're gonna sue them like right till they can't pay for legal fees anymore and just assimilate their company. And they're gonna do this for all of these companies. And once they have all of those ducks in the row, then Trudeau will announce. This is my prediction. Then Trudeau will announce his. Yeah, we're gonna legalize for recreation because we own it all.
Then we will. Then we'll boycott those
Tweed-
places. We'll boycott
Tweeds,
Tweed.
Tweeds
and the
Boycott
Liberal
all those
Party
guys.
are connected. Not just
You
like there's
still
affiliations,
gotta
they
sell.
are connected.
Well, Chuck Rafisi, who was the CFO of the Liberal Party, the chief financial officer of the party, is the founder of Tweed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not just like there's affiliations, they are connected, like literally.
You can't really be much more connected than the guy responsible for the Liberals' money is the guy responsible for Tweed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
And he
They're
sits on the board of
connected,
directors
too.
of Aurora as well.
Yeah, it's all crooked.
well, that's
but
because they own it all.
we don't have to worry about them, right? Because we don't need their weed.
No.
Didn't I already say that? We got plenty. We don't need your help. We don't need anything. So you better fucking do it right. We don't need to buy weed from Tweed.
And I think in a desperate.
You see, they said increased penalties. They're going to try and get harsh.
Of course. These are the dangers of legal cannabis. This is why there should just be a fucking blind eye. People should just stop saying, hey, let's legalize, let's get medical, let's get this, let's get that. Let's just leave this fucking plant alone. And just forget about it, because it exists. We already know it exists. Anything else is redundant. That's like saying that red cup is red.
Well, I prefer a free
let's
and
just
open
fucking leave it
system.
alone. Yeah, we know that's a cup over there, and it's red. Who gives a fuck?
I don't mind a regulated system as long as the regulations are fair. Simple as that.
They'll never be fair.
We'll
They're always
going
to be biased on the side of the government. How
We
could
will
it-
always
have any
fight.
regulations in
Agreed.
So
No.
come
No,
on, let's
regulations
be
are a
honest.
fraud.
Let's
Look at
be
the
honest.
taxi regulations.
We
Look at the booze
already
regulations
know
or
that
whatever
the
else.
political system
Look
is
how
a
much-
failed system. It's a
You know how
failed
cheap it
attempt
is?
at ruling humanity.
You know how cheap booze is in other places? BC, the booze here is so expensive. And in any other place, you go south of the border, for instance, to the United States, you can go get a 24-pack of beer from AM/PM for like $8 on sale sometimes. Like, I'm not joking. It's like 50 cents a can or less. It's like insane. So,
That's
and
'cause they
Alberta's the same. It's cheap there too.
That's because they put so much money, oil money into the country that
Yeah. Well, also they don't have the heavy taxes. It's that
That's
the government
because
of British
they
Columbia
put-
taxes the shit out of it.
well, no, they don't have the heavy taxes because they put so much money into the Canadian economy.
Right,
so
I
they
see what you
don't
mean.
have the taxes.
Well, Alberta doesn't get taxed. Yeah.
So maybe, in retrospect, though, we might not even have to worry about it here in Vancouver because this one next headline queries as to whether is Toronto the world's next marijuana capital.
Oh, it's booming, man.
Could be.
Like, they went from three clubs to 40 in matter
Couple
of 90
months.
days.
Yeah.
Well, even
You know?
think about that statement, the world's next marijuana capital. They go, coming soon, likely to a neighborhood near you. Dispensaries that sell marijuana have been popping up around the city. There's now 6.
Six.
Ooh.
There's 30.
Six.
There's
There's 40 of them.
38 or
There's
something like
35 when I was at the Karma Cup.
that. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
there's 38 or 40 now.
I don't
But
doubt
my
it. I
an-
heard they're popping up all over.
My
They're
answer
everywhere.
to the question in the headline is that Toronto going to be the next marijuana capital? No. Toronto only thinks it's the next thing.
Yeah. Toronto
whatever
thinks
it
that
is.
now already.
They never ever have been the thing. They only think they are the thing. That's
Yeah.
what keeps Toronto going because they're too close to New York, which is fucking cool. They are not. They wish. They think. Eh? They think
like
they got a
Toronto.
hockey team. They think they got this. They think they're going to win the World Series. They think,
Well, but wait a
so
second. In Toronto's
close,
defense,
eh?
their hockey team is the second highest Stanley Cup winning team in the league. Only
yes,
beat by
after
Montreal.
Canadiens.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just the oldest. Not for the last 90 years, though.
Yeah. When was the when
Right.
in the last 3 decades? How,
I was hoping you wouldn't mention that part.
who's the leader in the last 3 decades?
Montreal
Detroit,
Canadiens. But yeah, things are coming along in Toronto. Here's another story that's been swarming here in Canada. Doctors warn against medical marijuana for kids. They're warning us about it. But it's a weird thing. A group representing Canada's pediatricians. A group. They don't never ever tell you who the group is.
It's some group.
That's
group
a
of
big
pediatricians.
It could be the Ramones.
Could be just
Well, probably not the Ramones, but
could
it
be
could
just
be somebody else.
babies. Group of Canada's pediatricians is warning parents against using medical marijuana to treat their children's health conditions, saying there's not enough evidence that the drug is either safe or effective. Dr. Mike, chair of the society's
He's a great fucking drummer.
Dr. Mike
for the pediatrician.
doesn't have a last
Yeah,
name
Dr.
either.
Mike.
Great drummer.
He's like
Mikey.
Dr. Phil. Yeah, for the pediatricians. I know. What a great group.
drummer. Well, I mean, their last. I don't know if any of you caught their Broadway rock opera, Pediatrics.
Yes.
baby.
Theatrical performance by pediatricians.
No, I really
Pediatrics?
liked-
You guys don't know what.
I like the album For the Kids.
It was
Baby
For the Kids was a
Baby
great album.
Steps
Yeah.
was one of the best
Baby
cuts.
Steps. That's like their very first single. It's awesome. Oh man,
So,
Dr. Mike on the drums.
Dr. Mikey is chair of this society, which again they don't.
Of the society.
The society has something
One
called
guy, because it's just a chair.
the Drug Therapies
Big
and
society.
He
There's only
sits
one
on stage
chair.
on a chair.
he's the chair of the Drug Therapies and Hazardous Substance Committee.
that's
So he
that's the name of the
is
band.
like the guy you get your drugs from.
The
I would
chairman.
have to think, eh?
I guess
No.
Well, I don't these committees and commissions have funding? They can't just buy a chair. They gotta get Dr. Mike just to like kneel down and somebody sits on him.
Yeah.
You're the chair, Mike. Oh fuck again. You know I'm a great drummer. I'm the fucking chair again. All right.
So anyway, Mike, I saw him on the news the other morning, and he says like any potent psychoactive drug. I'm not too sure that I'd categorize marijuana as a potent psychoactive drug because I've had some.
I've had lots of potent psychoactive
some
drugs, and
of
cannabis
those.
is not one of them.
No.
It's a mild stimulant.
Yeah, it's a mild euphoric remedy. But anyway, so he says, of course, that we need more study and blah, 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 blah.
And
right?
the blah blah.
Now,
I used to shop at blah blahs.
but they just wouldn't shut up.
Just like, oh, we got it. Have you heard about our sale? Have you heard about our sale? Oh, we got red socks on sale. Oh, we got green shirts on sale.
Oh, I should write that one down. That's a Reader's Digest.
Shop
for
at blah
sure.
blahs.
So the weird thing about this story, about this guy warning, there's two weird things came up, actually. The very next story on the news and on the web page right beside it is a story about mothers who had taken antidepressants during their pregnancies had an 87% greater chance of having an autistic child. So here's what Dr. Mikey's all about, right? He wants to bring marijuana into the realm of one of those kind of pills, right? So he says we need more research. More research was done on these antidepressants, but it never came up that maybe you shouldn't take it while you're pregnant because you're going to have an autistic child, right? So his research didn't save us from shit.
What's wrong with having an artistic kid?
They don't make any money.
Too soon.
Too soon? You know what they do to artists in
I thought
Austria?
that was
eh?
pretty funny.
Was that too soon?
Yeah. So when these health practitioners and addiction researchers keep saying that we need more research, you go, well, wait a second. Not one of the drugs that you sell, that you researched, is completely safe. In fact, most of them are quite dangerous, right? Right beside.
Like what about Pradaxa? Hey?
Yeah,
I got beet juice on my face.
that's what happens.
Can't beat that.
Yeah. End up with beet juice on your face
Dude,
talking about Pradaxa.
People dying every day from the drugs that they've researched and from the drugs that the FDA has approved.
Hey, what about Advil? You know about that?
What
Does
about
anybody
it?
know about Advil?
I know about it.
The huge lawsuit against Advil for
No.
causing irreversible liver damage.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm allergic to Advil. Yeah, but I wasn't, and I took it, and then it somehow made me have a crazy reaction. I swell up like a tomato.
Well, I watch a lot of daytime television while I'm getting stoned in the mornings.
Yes, there's
And
a lot
daytime
of
television
drug ads.
is there's when you're watching
Price is Right?
advertising. No, the judges. I watch all the judges. When you're watching daytime advertising, there's
It's peppered.
pharmaceutical commercials, and then
Lawyers.
legal firms for suing pharmaceutical agencies for
all morning.
Of course.
Yeah, for bad stuff, and Advil was one of them. If you had irreversible
heard it here
liver
first.
Tylenol
damage, for taking
kills your liver too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they know this, and they
And they
continue
still-
to sell it. And there's like a multi-billion-dollar payout from Advil, and fucking they're still
They can
selling
afford it.
So, here's the thing about what Dr. Mikey had to say. Right.
Oh, Dr. Mike,
Now, his
good drummer, but he should.
he
just-
was really talking about
about
the popularity of giving marijuana to children to arrest their epileptic seizures, which anecdotally, he said, oh, there's only anecdotal evidence. And you go, well, yeah, Mikey, but all of the anecdotal evidence is positive results. There isn't any anecdotal evidence that's negative at all.
And also, it's like
Right.
I've had my epilepsy arrested. It's no fun.
Oh, no, you get thrown in jail overnight.
You don't wanna-
That
you
makes
don't
a
wanna be
huge,
all
huge
seized
difference.
out with
That's
handcuffs.
everything. Yeah, if there was anecdotal evidence that there was some harm, that's a different fucking
That's
story.
right. So you can't negate anecdotal evidence just like that, Mikey. Come on.
But-
just because you're a
but this
fucking
is-
doctor doing research, you want to say,
Well,
hey,
no,
we
see,
need
this,
to do more
this is what-
research?
This is what we're up against, right? All we have is this super positive anecdotal evidence that's like, yay. But what they have is concrete stuff like, if you combine these two, there's a 15% success rate. But that can also be interpreted as we're fucking incompetent and there's an 85% failure rate and we don't really give a fuck about your side effects. Try it, bro.
Yeah, there's a 15% success rate, but you could die, and there's a 50%
You know what would
chance
happen
you're going to die
if,
from the
if
side
there
effects.
was a 15% success rate with people getting high? It would be nuts. Everybody that smoked a joint would be having like the most adverse side effects all over the place. And they want to prescribe this legally. You know, this combination of drugs that has a 15% success rate. it's ridiculous.
It causes, a lot of these drugs cause serious damage. Like, how do these? I just don't
Man,
understand how you can be a pharmaceutical guy and sleep with yourself, sleep at night. Sorry, with yourself. I'm not sure what I'm meaning by that.
Shit.
But sleep at night
I was
knowing-
on carbamazepine.
knowing that honestly, your drug, even though it does help some people, will kill a whole bunch of people's
Two
asses.
different things they tried. They gave me Dilantin, which made the whole world sound like it was full of crickets. No, I'm not even joking. It was like non-stop chirping.
Really? I think that happened to me on DMT one time.
Non-stop fucking... I couldn't even sleep. The chirping was so loud. And the stiller it got, the louder the chirping.
That'll drive you insane.
It was yeah, I couldn't do it.
Ben Stiller, I like his movies.
And then carbamazepine, which gave me even more seizures, and also made me like zombie walk. Like I would wake up in other districts, like Poco and fucking and like all over the place.
Well,
Surrey and
So, Dr. Mikey, he's poo-pooing the anecdotal evidence at the very same moment while the American Epilepsy Society was announcing that a batch of studies further confirms that medical cannabis patients are actually has slashed pediatric seizures in half and completely stopped seizures in 9% of the cases. This is from the American Epilepsy Society, 69th annual meeting, which was a fucking drunken fucking horror show.
But
if you were there.
Come on, let's not give them so much credit because this whole meeting was based on anecdotal evidence.
Yeah.
Let's not. It blows my mind how one group of doctors can say something, another group of doctors can say something else, and nobody's in the middle saying, you guys
Yeah.
said this and you guys said that, so which is the truth? And those of you who aren't telling the truth are going to be dismissed as
Tell him to talk
doctors.
to Sanjay Gupta and see what he says.
Wow,
Well-
there's another guy that hid the truth for a long time.
But here's a guy.
Well, at least he did it.
Here's,
Only because it's popular.
No, I'm not sure about that.
Here's Dr.
Hard to
Orrin.
question motivation.
You want to talk to Dr. Orrin Davinsky. He's the lead author of the study that they're talking about here, and he said, "We are pleased to report these promising data on our significant numbers of children. These data reinforce and support the safety and efficacy we have shared in previous studies. Most importantly, it is providing hope to the children and their families who've been living with these debilitating diseases." Now, why didn't Dr. Mikey say that? Why didn't these people, they never have anything positive? They go, all the anecdotal evidence here is saying that this is pretty good for seizures, and I'd really like to find out. That's what Mikey should say, and I'm going to find out for you Canadian people and do the very best we can.
If you were a real doctor, that's what you'd be saying.
Yeah. But they go, no, don't take it. We need to do more research. Don't take it at all. Wait.
Even though there's
It's
no
always a
fucking
big
harms
warning,
associated
like
with
it's your fucking mom or something.
it just drives me nuts.
Right? Like, it's all
These guys
bullshit.
they're slimy bastards. You know there's something going down there.
Why?
So
Those pediatricians,
they're like children.
they've
They're very immature.
they've wrecked a lot of hotel rooms on their tour too.
Needy and messy.
Super
4.5
8.
stars
They
in
can't
Rolling
even
Stone,
stay
though.
at Super 8. I think she wants that. Yeah, they
Maybe
can't
it
even
came
stay at
from
the
this
Super
way.
8.
I'm just gonna have a puff.
It's her joint. She missed half it.
She's got sweet tarts.
That's
for
what
me.
you get for walking away from your joint, though. Just kind of lights a joint and walks
Yeah,
away.
keep an eye on that. That's
getting
my
candy.
roach clip.
It's a very pretty roast clip.
I got
No.
it from the Cannabis Culture store downstairs.
We should have a
Available.
camera for you over here.
At 307 West Hastings.
Open
right.
7
Not
days
anymore.
a
It was
week.
bought, but there might be others like it.
Second location on Davie Street, 1647.
1674.
1674 is what he meant.
Cool, you'd be right across the street looking at it going, holy fuck.
Where is
There's
this place?
There's two of them?
And it has a lounge upstairs.
One here at 1647? So they're having a bit of a conundrum, if you will, a conundrum in Colorado. They're having trouble in Colorado.
No, they're not. There's no trouble in Colorado. It's paradise there. Cannabis heaven.
Yeah, but they're...
No trouble.
It is cannabis heaven, but they're denying it, actually. Now, what's going on here is that the state of Colorado is unable to promote itself as a marijuana destination.
It's actually, I heard they're lobbying to be one of the heightened states, one of the states of emotion.
Oh, yeah, the mile high
Elation.
state.
Yeah. So it'd be like,
Hey, Eric.
I'm in
Eric.
a state of Colorado.
Yeah, I'm in the state of Colorado. That's what it is.
Sitting cross-legged, the lotus
like.
position.
Almost like state of bliss.
So they're not able to, even though the studies that are coming out are suggesting a lot of people are going to Colorado because marijuana is legal. The tourism office is going, oh no.
It's because of the beer.
They're playing it down here quite a bit. It says the primary reason visitors choose Colorado is not for marijuana, but they had a survey which had a question that said, how much did the legalization of marijuana usage influence your decision to visit Colorado? And 48% of respondents said it was extremely to somewhat influential. The tourism office said, unfortunately, these responses were not broken out as to positively or negatively influenced. That people didn't go because they were extremely against them. I'm not going. I can't go to Colorado now because of the marijuana.
Goddamn weed heads.
Not happen.
How often?
So they're playing.
Give me
They're
a
playing
fucking
it down.
break.
But here's what they say: the largest reason for the visitors to come to Colorado are for the scenic drives while you're out looking for marijuana.
Yeah.
Right, state and national parks where you're
you're out
probably going to smoke the
getting ripped.
marijuana.
Solar
Historic
bonging, if you will.
historic sites, down near that one marijuana shop. Hiking, walking
Two
around
marijuana
for
plantations.
marijuana shopping, and backpacking. Your marijuana purchases around Colorado.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why people are going to Colorado, apparently.
I wonder, they probably had pretty good weed before the whole legalization thing, too.
So they don't know what to do. Like they're just so fucking childish. They're a bunch of pediatrics.
They are a bunch of
They are acting like children out there.
podiatrical subjects. Sorry, didn't mean to in the microphone. Podiatrical subjects.
Get you a windscreen.
If that is indeed a word,
So
and if it's not,
close.
it fucking should be. Should be a term
here's a heartwarming story that I came
for a
across
1965 Chevy.
out in Detroit. Just in time for Christmas, and of course keeping in mind of goodwill towards men, Detroit pastors have declared war on marijuana dispensaries.
Jesus.
Detroit pastors?
Detroit pastors.
They're very warlike.
They're a new team.
Yeah, the Detroit bastards.
I heard they've been. They're actually a gang.
Well,
And the pastors and the deacons have been at war for a long time.
The warriors.
no. Their mandate is in their name. They are the Detroit Coalition of Concerned Pastors. Not really angry.
No, they're
Right?
very concerned.
They're just concerned.
Their religion
But-
doesn't permit them.
In a concerned way, they've declared war.
It's a concerned war.
Concerned war. And the reason that they've done this, they've had enough of the smell. Got enough of the smell of the marijuana.
Very logical.
All right. Plus the additional crime and what it's doing to Detroit's youth.
And what is it doing?
It's getting them high. They're not going to church. Because the church... See, we've talked about this on other shows. The church is one of the main things that stands in the way of people getting high. Right?
Well,
Now we have this
Not in
coalition
this
of
case.
pastors, but you can't go light up a church. You can't go to church get high.
there's two medical marijuana dispensaries
Universe.
right next door to the Spirit of Love Church. Right next door.
But-
they can smell the marijuana in the lobby of their church.
Does Spirit of Love let people bong rip
No, we're
Before
going to
communion?
war. They're going to war. The spirit
They are.
of love.
That's what I'm saying. The church stands.
Jesus
in the way
loves
of people
weed.
getting high. You can't just bring your vaporizer. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my Catholic mass and bring my volcano with me.
Should be able to though.
Yeah, you can't be like, hey,
No, they can't stand the smell.
hey, pastor,
Don't they-
where's
doesn't
an
it at the
electrical
Catholic
outlet
church
so
they
I could
burn
plug
some
in the
incense or
sublimator
something?
Oh, probably.
and get rocked while
You
you're
can
doing your
imagine
sermon.
what it smells like in this church on a Sunday with everybody
It smells like
gooped
bloody
up
frankincense
with
and feet.
Axe. All the amount of Axe and fucking Chanel #1.
Everybody's
Not to
standing
mention
outside
the
smoking
myrrh,
cigarettes.
Chanel.
all the myrrh and the frankincense and
The smell. But now, like the story, I don't know. I make fun of the pastors, the concerned pastors of Coalition, concerned about coalitions. He says, when we recognize that most of our African American boys can't even get jobs because they don't pass the drug test because they smoke marijuana, that's fucking sad. Sad there's a test, but sad. And another woman said, a local lady said, this has fucking broke my heart, actually. She said, there isn't a national grocery chain here yet. She said, there's not a national grocery chain here yet in their neighborhood.
What is that a racist remark or something?
Well, no, this is the fucking poverty that they live in and the conditions of horribleness.
What community are they in?
Oh, in Detroit.
You know, I read today that this was a
Right.
CBS News story. The police of Detroit have come out and said that nobody should come into the city. No tourism should happen because it's too dangerous.
Yeah, it's really
They
bad.
said no new citizens.
Oh yeah,
No
there's
new people.
There's
Outsiders.
roaming bands of concerned pastors running around. Eh? You'll get the shit beat out of you by the spirit of love. Eh?
pastors.
Give him another one for love. Huh?
The pastors will kick your ass.
Oh yeah.
fuck the pastor.
The Spirit of Love Church is going to rain down
Knock you over
hard
the
on
chalice.
you. There's 200 medical
Scary place.
dispensaries in Detroit. I don't think Pastor Marvin and his fucking band of concerned pastors going to do too much about that.
There's
But,
probably less churches than that.
Don't underestimate the power of the pastors.
Powerful pastor Pete
Yeah.
and Paul.
Yeah, I don't ever. Well. I wonder what became of Kush Queen. I hope she's all right. Here's a story that was unusual. The pigeons led the cops to a $70,000 marijuana grow house bust.
Pigeons.
Police were led to a
We call
cannabis...
them rats. I guess different communities are different. They got different terms.
Wow. UK police were led to a cannabis farm after noticing an unusual amount of pigeons hanging out on the roof of a house in Liverpool.
Oh,
That's a telltale sign.
That is a telltale sign.
So suspicious.
Yes.
It's from all the seeds that are produced in cannabis grows. It attracts pigeons.
Wow, that's a new one.
Officers noticed not only the birds, but saw that the roof was the only one in the area that didn't have any frost on it.
That's how they catch people in
Yeah.
Manitoba.
So they got a warrant, and they
Yeah.
found 14 marijuana plants. But they said the place was capable of producing over $70,000 worth of marijuana.
$70,000.
Yeah, they just pick a number. Well, they could have.
They coulda.
Only had
If
14
they
plants,
coulda.
but they could have.
deferred over a 35-year period.
Yeah.
This place was
While the birds may have led officers to the grow house, no arrests have been made.
What kind of a sentence is that? Those two things aren't related.
Yeah.
Say that again?
While the birds may have led officers to the grow house, no arrests have been made. Pigeons didn't know anymore, and they weren't giving up a
That's-
damn
I
thing
guess
to
those
anybody.
pigeons weren't
Nothing.
talking.
That's it. We don't know
It's like,
nothing.
hey, that's all I know. Hey, there's a house here. They're growing dope. I don't know who owns it. That's all I know. It's I'm out. Where's my seed?
Well, the police shut down the grow house, and the pigeons have since been shot.
Yes.
Yeah. On the bright side, it says, don't freak out if you ever see a lot of birds in one place. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a Hitchcock movie come to life. It may just be an illegal drug operation. That's what it said.
Where the
on the
fuck?
bright side.
Who is the scientist telling them this? You know, doctor, police officer?
Dr. Frankenstein. No, that's Frankenstein.
It's true.
The cops are coming up with the weirdest things. Like, oh, we saw a can of Diet Coke in his window. That's a telltale sign he's got pot in there.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. He was about to make a pipe.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
so
God.
They all do that. Yeah. But the,
Oh, my
the
God,
can of Coke
Sarge.
didn't have any other information.
Oh, my God, Sarge, look over there. There's birds on that roof.
It's crack dealers.
Suspicious to me, the pigeons. Hey?
fucking grow in that house.
Pigeons.
Yes. British cops know something. Those British pigeons are very sensitive.
Well, the pigeons, they tried to...
the birds on the roof?
Sherlock Holmes, I guess, figured it out.
They tried to contact the pigeons, but they didn't respond. But they did send a press release saying that they're really embarrassed by the whole fucking thing. Yeah.
The pigeon union wasn't admitting anything. They didn't deny anything.
We're not vermin. Yeah, what else is going on? Here's the thing that they published. It is the 8 common misconceptions about female potheads. Or are they?
We're about to find out.
Women who
Next, after this commercial break.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun.
On the next June show. Number 1. Women who smoke weed don't have their lives together.
That's a nice thing to say.
Well, listen to the women whining, all the unemployed women laying around here doing
Hey.
nothing but complaining about that. Eh?
Get your shit together, ladies.
Can't believe they broke away from the bong and the soap opera long enough to even make the comment.
No,
That's
we
pretty
don't
good.
want. We don't want to get off on the wrong foot here. Number 2, smoking marijuana will never get you anywhere.
That's
girls.
not true. Girls who smoke weed get places.
Most women keep their smoking habits to themselves and their friends.
No, that's not true.
Who else
Most
is
girls who smoke weed have it all over social media.
Not with total strangers, then?
there? Doesn't everybody keep all of their habits to themselves and their friends?
Yeah, pretty much.
Not even all your habits to your friends. Number 3, if she
I
smokes
picked my nose on
marijuana,
Instagram.
this is what it said. If she smokes marijuana, she's a bad seed.
Yeah, well, this is all true.
Don't
Definitely
freak out.
true.
Oh, man.
Do they have a source on that one?
I've seen the bad seeds a few times.
There is.
There's
There's a perfectly good explanation.
I'm telling you, I've seen them a few times, and there's no girls in that band.
No, women who smoke weed seem to be perceived as bitches. So,
What?
not by us guys.
Not by everybody.
No way. I like those ladies.
If she's a pot smoker, she can't hang out with you without smoking.
Fucking right, she can.
Well, that's true, but
I'll give
Like
you.
that's why
why I like
I
her,
agree
though.
with that one.
Yeah.
If she's a pot smoker, she can't hang out with me without smoking.
no.
That's a
Well,
rule.
because I'm a pot smoker too.
She's
So.
got to smoke if she's hanging out with me.
We'll give you that one.
Fair enough.
She does it solo, not socially. She hides
She's a
and smokes in the bathroom.
Lone Star?
And I don't know.
Wallflower Lone Star.
Well, don't you got to be so low to get so high?
Doesn't she have to have friends if she's sharing pot with them in some way? I mean, it sounds contradictory, these points.
Number 7 says she's only friends with guys.
Oh, no wonder.
Right.
Guys
Eh.
with weed.
Guys
Let's
with
hope.
weed.
Let's hope.
Yes.
Let's hope.
That's all we can hope for. And then we give them weed as much as we can.
Yeah.
So they'll be near us.
So they'll be our friends.
Yes, that's right. So
She's only friends with guys.
Right.
How can they say that? What's the next one? She's a whore? Or like, where are these coming from?
There's a lot of
she
contradiction
can't
going on
stop smoking.
Oh,
here. Even
Wow.
when she's sleeping, eating,
That's what
drinking,
it says. She can't stop.
underwater swimming. In
What
the
about when
tanning
she's
booth,
breathing
at
out?
the gym?
She's a bad seed.
she's just a
Right?
bad seed.
She doesn't have her life together. It's a bad seed. Mm-hmm. Only friends with
And she'll never
guys.
stop.
Excellent. Okay? Number 7, that's the best one yet. Only friends with guys.
Yeah, well, sounds like somebody I'd like to hang out with.
Yeah, I dig it. I'm down.
Got some good weed, too.
I got
All
good
right.
weed.
Got some bad seeds.
Bad.
got some bad
No
seeds.
bad
Seeds.
seeds. No.
That's
Yeah.
just because I got lots of good weed.
That's a new Crop King strain or
It attracts lots.
Vancouver
of,
Seed
it
Bank.
attracts the bad seeds. You know,
bad seed.
good weed attracts bad seeds.
The pigeon perps. Straight
Dodging the pigeon perps and
straight
the
out of
pastors.
Liverpool. We got the
Bad
cut.
seeds.
Eh? The Liverpool pigeon cut.
I'd say that weed makes people less bitchy, whether they're males or females. So that's just all wrong.
Snap.
Yeah. Now who's being a bitch?
Now who's fucking?
Yo,
Now who's cray cray?
who's cray cray now? Fuck, you're funny, bro.
So, speaking of funny, there is a development of a dramedy. They call it dramedy. I don't know what
That's a
that
funny
means.
drama for all
It's
of you who
drama
don't know.
with one or two.
It's actually a
laughs.
dromedary that was misspelled.
And this, of course, is starring, of course, a typecast for a
Dromedary is kinda like a
dromedary
camel for all you
is
who don't
Margaret Cho. It's going to be in a sitcom, a dramacom called Highland. Going to be an hour-long show who follows Margaret Cho, who, after court-ordered rehab, gets a chance to start over, but has to move in with her dysfunctional family, who now runs a pot dispensary.
Whoa! That's interesting.
Talk about cray cray.
Off
Snap.
the fucking hook.
Well,
I'm not sure it'll last the whole hour.
No, I think that show's gonna get canceled 15 minutes in.
until when you said it's a dramedy with Margaret Cho, you just about lost me.
Yeah, like really.
wrong
Just
with
about
Margaret
lost
Cho?
me completely.
Or was it the dramedy that lost you?
Well, I think it's
There's
a
nothing wrong with
combination.
Margaret Cho.
Yeah.
Or a dromedary.
Dromedary.
There's nothing wrong with a dromedary other than the fact that it's not a camel. So if you bought a camel and it turned out to be a dromedary, then there's something wrong.
Get your money back.
Green Supreme is saying the name of the show is Cho Spencery. Is that true?
Cho Spencery.
Cho Spencery.
No,
should
it's
be.
actually called Highland.
Oh, hi, yeah, right. I heard that. Yeah.
Cho
Stupid
Spencery
premise.
was one of the choices. Though.
I think
Joe
it's something
Spencery was
that
better.
I think Amazon has drifted
Hi,
into
Courtney.
the
No.
production company now. They're making it. Amazon's producing it, so it's
That's
only
so that-
available in book
That's
form.
so that you could order the table.
It's an Amazon show.
All right. Well,
How's it going?
Hi, Courtney Pie. We don't have a camera over here, so they can't look at your beautiful face.
is that's
They
got
can
to
hear
be
your
a
beautiful
full
voice.
hour, isn't it?
Hello, Patsy.
I don't know. What time is it?
Sure feels like it.
It's 5:01. Whatever. That's close.
Whoa. Well, we started at 4:02, so we're not quite there yet.
We're there, man. I mean,
Okay,
you
we'll
know,
give you.
a little bit of banter, you know, as we fade out, kind of, you know.
We'll
it's
give you a
like,
couple extra
we're all
minutes
right.
next week.
Yeah, we got extra minutes.
Oh, that's a fish. Yeah, good way to fish him in.
Hook them in for next week. So, one of the most exciting stories is going to be covered on next week's show.
I am so excited about it.
this week on next week's show. Coming up next after this commercial break.
Yes.
Yesterday.
So, don't forget to tune in. And I'm pretty glad you did today because we were here doing this show and it'd be fucking pointless otherwise.
To me, it makes no
Really?
difference.
If you guys weren't here in the chat, there'd be no reason to do the show. I want
There
you to know
would be.
that.
I got shit I got to get out of my, there's stuff in this, in this shell.
It's holistic
There's
for
things that I need to vent.
Thea-
I need to get out.
therapeutic.
It's my theater, if you will.
This
is my theater.
It's a new type of
Yes,
medicine.
indeed.
Some of his best work hits his left on the theater floor.
Yes.
He's on the couch. It's just like he's talking.
Some
to
of my
Dr.
best
Freud.
work is left undone.
Yeah, I like that
Most
line.
of my best work is left undone.
Yeah. It's true. You do the
That's
math.
brilliant.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we got that sorted out. And
Fucking rights.
yeah, it's been a good show.
It's really, honestly though, it's kind of been bugging me lately. This is something I really wanted to
all
get
right. We
sorted
got to
out.
get out of here now.
I really wanted to get it
No,
sorted
we don't
out,
wanna
and
hear
I'm
this
happy
shit.
we did. I'm happy we got it
Next
sorted
It's
out.
all straight now.
It's all straight. Like, I'm happy we got it sorted out. Because it was bad. Like, it was...
I don't think it's sorted out. That's all I got to say.
Squared away.
It's fucking sorted, man. Whatever.
Nothing sorted out yet.
Okay, fine. Back at it next week. Tune in next week for these negotiations.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to have a model of legalization here next week.
Hey, Kush Queen didn't show up.
Sorry she wasn't here this week.
Is it going to be Clay?
She never came for a photo shoot.
Or balloon.
A balloon model of legalization.
Balloon model of legalization.
That's pretty
So
fucking cutting
stay
edge.
tuned for that.
She's
Pete
a bad
2.0.
seed.
Yeah.
She's
Shit's
just
going to
a
be
bad
popping
seed.
She's a
off
bad
next
seed.
week.
She's out making a calendar, if you can believe
Yeah.
that. Like how... Like you don't need to make a calendar. You go buy one pretty easy.
Well,
I'm
everybody's
not
got a
sure.
calendar on their phone now.
I make my own calendars. I make my own dates, everything.
Make a
Like
sun.
there's not even
She's making an entirely new calendar.
like a September in my calendar.
Hers is an eight day a week system. There's an
September's
extra
actually
day.
Twizzler month.
Twizzler month. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
have
right.
Twizzler month. I have
37
chocolate.
hours in a
I
day.
have chocolate chip month. There's yeah. I don't. There's
Isn't that
make
the
your own calendar.
Disney cartoon, the
I've got
chocolate
no Wednesdays. You know what today is?
Chipmunk?
Take a
I
guess
think
what today is.
I'm pretty sure the Gregorian calendar's working okay.
Today is
I'm
blue.
not-
Hey,
I'm sure we need
Today
to
is
make a
blue.
new one.
my pleasure.
Yeah.
It's 00 day.
In my calendar, yeah, Wednesdays are blue. It's blue day today. Tuesdays are actually 3. What day is it today? 3. No,
TGI
it's blue.
Fridays.
Today, what day is it? Blue.
Onion rings. Pretty delicious there.
All right, well, that makes perfect sense to me. So,
You know what the day before Saturday is?
yes.
Ketchup.
And you do. It's a perfect
my
day
birthday.
for it.
Ketchup.
Make your own calendar. It's fun, kids.
Yeah. On Rose's calendar, she had she had written down a thing, and then it was her surgery actually, and underneath it in brackets she had pending. Whether or not she was going to actually show up, you had to write that down, not in your head, but write it down.
Who is it?
Well, just just to be sure.
I'd say hi to Rose.
That's Kelly.
She
Hi,
came
Rose.
out of rehabilitation
Hey,
last night to play at Jam Night. And fucking ripped it up.
It's great fucking jam night last night.
It was a good one.
It's a good one.
Didn't she do like something on one of the pediatrician albums? I thought she
Rose?
like did a backup thing. or
She
something.
did.
Yeah.
She could. Yeah.
She did.
She should talk to those guys, former bandmates,
No,
and try to
she
set them
actually
straight.
she actually
No,
quit.
that
Like
was,
when Dr. Mike went to the dark side and started like the weed and the kids and the. She was like, you know what, fuck you, Mike.
Yeah.
And she quit. She quit the band.
She didn't like the name of the album Anecdotal Evidence either. That's
No.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That was a
It
stupid
wasn't
name. For an
concrete enough.
album. It was just a really, really dumb name for an album.
Like they didn't know if they were any good. Some people had said they were, and
So Barry Manilow's new thing, eh? The Led Zeppelin, Led Manilow.
Lead Manilow.
The-
Gonna
look
bury
for
a
it.
Lead Manilow?
Well, it was going to be called Barry a Zeppelin, but Led Manilow prevailed.
lead me to the cliff, really, and push me off.
I was just going to take a sip of my Diablo.
Barry.
I think
All
the
right.
beet juice will be a little better.
This just could go on and on. So thanks, Jer, for
You
showing
got your
up.
extra
And,
minute.
Courtney came in here at the
Courtney
last minute.
came in.
and,
Unfortunately, we got
Sam's
a
here, and
fuzz cam.
Victoria's
What's happening?
here, and Anne's here. Eric.
Got a bunch of people here.
Yeah. And
There's a crowd. We could use a
So-
crowd cam, but
We're not just making these things up.
I'm ready to roll.
Well, we need a crowd cam
So-
so we can prove that we have friends, eh? You guys
You
don't
all got
believe
something
us.
good to smoke. I'm Marijuana Man. Thanks for tuning in. Peace and pod.